Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you've been in business for a while, or even if you're just starting out, the whole concept of digital marketing can feel, well, incredibly overwhelming, right? You look at the endless platforms, the confusing tools, and it's super easy to think you need this massive advertising budget or an entire IT department just to compete. But actually, scratch that. You really don't. In today's explainer, we're going to strip away all that noise. We are giving you a practical, no-nonsense, step-by-step roadmap to go from absolute zero to digital hero, so you can start attracting customers online both effectively and affordably. Okay, let's dive into this. Imagine for a second that you design literally the most incredible shop. You stock it with the absolute best products, your pricing is insanely competitive, and your customer service, flawless. But you build this perfect, beautiful shop right smack in the middle of a desert. There are no roads leading to it, no signs, zero foot traffic. Just you, your amazing products, and maybe a few tumbleweeds rolling past the cash register. So what happens? Absolutely nothing. Because even with the greatest products in the world, if literally nobody knows you exist, you're not going to make a single sale. Digital marketing is, at its core, just the process of building those roads and putting up those neon signs in the digital world, pointing customers straight to your doorstep. To help you build those digital roads, here is our complete zero-to-hero map. First, we'll build your digital foundation. Second, we'll master social and content. Third, we'll unlock WhatsApp and email marketing. Fourth, we'll turn that attention into actual sales. And finally, we'll talk about playing the long game. All right, jumping right into section 1, building your digital foundation, where we lay the groundwork for your online presence. Because honestly, before we can even think about running ads, we absolutely need a solid base. And this brilliantly illustrates the core difference that trips a lot of people up. People constantly confuse marketing with digital marketing. So think of marketing as the entire vehicle. That's your product, your pricing, your promotions, and your overall customer relationships. Digital marketing, on the other hand, is a highly specialized engine inside that vehicle. It's the specific process of using the internet to power your reach and hold on to those customers. It is quite literally one of the most powerful engines you can possibly have, mainly because it lets you reach highly specific people across the globe without the crazy high costs of traditional media. So to get that engine humming, you need what we call an essential digital footprint. This is basically your 24/7 digital salesperson, constantly building your credibility. It starts with having professional social media profiles. Next, you need a simple, mobile-friendly website. Think of that as your digital headquarters. You also absolutely need a Google business listing, because when someone nearby searches for, say, a local plumber or the best coffee, you want to actually show up in those results. Add to that authentic customer reviews, which act as immediate social proof. And finally, a consistent brand identity across all platforms, so people instantly recognize you. If a potential client looks you up right now, this footprint is what proves to them that you're the real deal. Moving right along to section 2, mastering social and content, and attracting customers without needing a huge budget. Because here, creativity and consistency matter way more than cash. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it completely flips the beginner's approach to social media. A huge, massive mistake small businesses make is getting online and constantly screaming, "Buy now, special offer, order today." Look, if you only post advertisements, people are going to tune out and unfollow you so fast. Instead, you've got to embrace the 80-20 rule. 80% of your content should provide pure, upfront value, educating, entertaining, or inspiring your audience. Only 20% should be a direct promotion. Why? Because providing value first builds massive trust. And trust, my friends, is the absolute bridge to a sale. So how do you easily hit that 80% value mark? You lean on these 4 pillars. First is educational content. Teach them something useful. If you're a baker, don't just post a picture saying, "Buy my cake." Show a quick, satisfying video of how you perfectly frost a cupcake. Second is entertaining content. Capture their attention with something lighthearted, maybe a behind-the-scenes look at the total chaos in your kitchen. Third is inspirational. Share a customer's success story or even your own journey of building the business. And finally, promotional, because when you do make those clear occasional offers, your audience will actually listen because you've already given them so much value up front. Okay, let's pivot to section 3, WhatsApp and email marketing. This is all about the power of direct communication, getting away from public algorithms and into a more intimate space. I really want to pause here for a second and deliver a pattern interrupt. There is an incredibly famous saying among experienced marketers that you absolutely must remember. The money is in the list. Social media is fantastic for attracting eyeballs, sure, but you do not own those platforms. If you can build a list of interested customers who willingly hand over their phone numbers or email addresses, you've just created literally one of the most valuable assets your business will ever own. Let's look at the contrast here. Social media is a rented audience. Algorithms can change overnight, your reach can drop without any warning, and honestly, your account could even be suspended. You're totally at their mercy. But an email or a WhatsApp list, that is an owned audience. Imagine sending out a single text message about a quiet Tuesday afternoon discount and watching your store completely fill up within the hour. That is the absolute control and high open rate power of owned media. Just remember the golden rule here. Always, always ask for permission before adding anyone. Offer a free guide, a discount code, or just ask politely if they want updates. Which brings us nicely to Section 4, turning attention into sales, moving them from mere curiosity to actual commitment. Because followers do not automatically equal paying customers. Let's move to and see how this builds, the psychological journey that a complete stranger takes to become a repeat buyer. It happens in steps. First up is awareness. They simply discover you exist. Next is interest. They're a little curious and start browsing your profile. Then comes consideration. This is crucial. It's where they compare your prices to competitors and read your reviews. Fourth is the actual purchase decision. And finally, loyalty, where they love what you do, return to buy again, and tell all their friends. Understanding this entire flow means you realize people almost never buy on day one. Your digital presence needs to gently guide them through every single one of these stages. Now, during that consideration phase, customers are going to hesitate. It's totally natural. So here is your actionable blueprint for handling those objections. If they say it's too expensive, don't get defensive, just clearly demonstrate the value and the benefits they are getting. If they say they need more time, no pressure. Give them helpful info and just follow up politely a bit later. If they're not sure it works, boom, share some amazing video testimonials. And if they don't trust online businesses, lean on your professional footprint, offer clear guarantees, and communicate transparently. Believe me, patience and social proof will win over aggressive, pushy sales tactics every single time. And that leads us to our final part, Section 5, playing the long game. Why strategy always trumps quick fixes. Remember, digital marketing is a marathon, not some overnight viral sprint. So the crucial point is, to run that marathon successfully, you have to know exactly where the finish line is. You do that by setting SMART goals. Your goals have to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So instead of just vaguely saying, hey, I want more sales, a SMART goal would be, I want to increase my website traffic by 20% in the next 6 months. By measuring simple, hard numbers like website traffic or click rates, you completely prevent wasted effort. You can actually see what is working in real time so you can double down on it. And to hit those goals without completely burning yourself out, you need a sustainable routine. This simple checklist right here is going to be your secret weapon. Daily, spend literally just a few minutes replying to messages and comments so your audience knows there's a real human there. Weekly, block out a specific time to create and schedule your content so you aren't waking up every morning staring at your phone, scrambling for an idea. Monthly, take a look at your performance data to see what content really landed. And quarterly, step back, look at the big picture, and adjust your overall strategy. I promise you, small actions repeated consistently over time produce absolutely remarkable long-term results. Well, there you have it, the whole shebang. We've covered building your foundation, mastering content, using direct messaging, guiding the sales journey, and setting up a long-term strategy. The barriers to entering the digital space have literally never been lower, but you have to actually start. You definitely don't have to do all of this at once, but you do have to take that first action. So I want to leave you with one final provocative question. Looking at everything we just mapped out in this explainer, what is the very first step you will take today to start building your digital road? Pick just one thing, implement it, and watch your business transform. Thank you so much for joining me, and I absolutely cannot wait to see the incredible digital footprint you build.